So in Chicago, not only is ICE attacking the Hispanic community, but also the African American community. That's right. I just saw a video where somebody sent me a video where a lady was actually talking to a news reporter and saying that a few nights ago, ICE did a raid on her apartment. She said she was coming home. She had a nightgown on. She said they instantly took her in. Her and a lot of other African Americans. They said that different flare guns, just a total chaos. But what I'm saying is now ICE is not only targeting the Hispanic community, but also the African American community. The lady said that not only were they harassing them and detaining them, they really asked them no questions. They just took them in and said that they would question them later or whatever, and said that people that had warrants or whatever like that, they wouldn't be free to go. They would be further detained. So what's going on? What's the purpose of ICE really? Because last I checked, African Americans were legal over here. I understand Hispanics and what y'all got going on with the Hispanic community, but then a lot of times I don't understand because they could be possibly illegal too. It's the way, for me, it's the way that they're doing people, the way that they are humiliating people. I saw them just throw a lady on the ground the other day. She really didn't understand what was going on and tased her. Yeah, tased.
Hey y'all, this is George Cook at African American Reports. I've been warning for months now that ICE going after illegal immigrants will eventually affect and hurt African Americans. Some of y'all didn't want to believe me. Now we have another situation where a young black teen, Warren King, was stopped and detained in Chicago, although he was a United States citizen. Check this out.
He's a citizen! He's a citizen! Why are you running? Because you saw you were. He's a citizen!
This is the moment federal agents held a 19-year-old man to the ground outside a Chicago convenience store.
I'm telling them I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm here. I'm legal. I'm born here. So they didn't try to hear none of that though.
Jimenez and King say he was taken into custody, but released later that day.
I just graduated high school, so they could come from literally anybody.
And I hope you were all paying attention and caught the end of that video where Warren King said they can come after any of us. And that's the truth. As long as they use that bullshit pretext of going after illegal immigrants, they can stop and detain anyone. And depending on the lawyer you have, your ass may get sent out of the country before anybody can do anything for you. I don't give a damn if you were born here. I don't give a damn if you're ADOS. I don't give a damn if you're FBA. Pay attention to what's going on, people. Goodbye and God bless.
Sir, what do you think about this protest here?
I think it's pretty stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid?
Well, because the law enforcement is out here trying to defend our country by getting the migrants out. And what's happening is you got a bunch of people who have been ill-informed or have basically drank the Kool-Aid that are doing things that they think are right but are actually very wrong.
And why do you think here in America people think they can just push the police and get away with it?
Because for so long there's been nothing done about it. They just do it, and then the next guy does it and does it and does it, and nobody goes to jail, no one gets arrested. And now people are starting to realize that if you touch the police and you break the law, you're going to go to jail. This administration is not playing around. These are federal workers and state workers. They need to be protected just like everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? That means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Everyone is at risk. ICE reportedly is now beginning to arrest African Americans. I have seen some videos, including on TikTok, that show one African American in a chokehold being escorted by ICE officers in Garfield Park in Chicago. That's just one video that I've seen. Roderick Johnson, a resident that lives in Chicago, reported that ICE broke into his home, tied him up with zip ties, and dragged him out of his house for hours while he was detained. He is black. Community leaders and media reports detail that they witnessed a group of African Americans being escorted into one van and a group of Latinos being escorted into a different van. They're separating, but what is happening? Now, when ICE does these detailed reports that they have to give, they don't even go into detail really on the ethnicity of who they arrested. So they could literally be arresting anybody.
I'm not surprised that ICE is detaining black people in Chicago. This is always being a movement against minorities, not only against us Latinos. And it's white supremacy coming into fruition. We know that this is a mass attack on everyone that is not white. So I'm not surprised at all. And this is why, you know, the Young Lords and the Black Panthers marched back in the fucking 60s and the 70s, because we knew that our causes were one and the same. And we knew we need to do the same fucking thing. Black people and brown people and Latinos, we need to unite. We need to understand that this is a full frontal attack on all minorities. It's gonna get really fucking bad. And you have the governor of like fucking Chicago and everyone saying, hey, make sure that you take pictures of these people when they're doing these illegal arrests, that you're documenting everything, because this is like full on Third Reich shit. It's getting really bad, bro. We need to win the midterms next year. If we don't do that, this dude is like a maniac. Trump is like full on crazy at this point. And all their MAGA nut jobs are supporting him. And it's one of the saddest things in the planet. But yeah, Black people, be aware of it. We need to work together because this is not looking good. Que tengan buen día. I'll keep you guys posted.
Chicago is trending again, and not for good reasons. Social media is blowing up with claims that ICE is detaining Black Americans in daylight, breaking into homes, and rounding people up like criminals. Oh my God. People are scared. People are angry. But what's really happening? What's really happening? Because not everything that's going viral is true, and not everything that's being denied is false either. So today we are breaking it down. What's fact? What's rumor? And what this whole story really says about America right now. Let's get into it.
We got a good update about ICE in Chicago, y'all. And I couldn't stitch the video, so I had to get creative. But y'all gonna hear this man. Y'all gonna hear this man today. Hold on.
This is a big win for immigrant advocates in Chicago. The ruling finding ICE is conducting illegal arrests in violation of a consent decree that limits warrantless arrests in the Chicago area of responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Includes Illinois and 5 neighboring states. Lateral arrests, or people arrested while ICE is out patrolling the city, have been a major part of Operation Midway Blitz, and now a federal judge has imposed new restrictions on agents. All examples of what U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Cummings ruled is an ongoing pattern of ICE violating the terms of a consent decree. NIJC attorneys successfully arguing agents produced no warrants, civil or criminal, for the arrests. Cummings taking particular issue with instructions to ICE agents to carry blank I-200 forms, civil immigration warrants, on their person in the field to fill them out on the spot, calling ICE's arguments it can do so lawfully meritless. Under the federal consent decree with ICE, to arrest someone with or without a warrant, ICE agents are required to meet 2 criteria. Is there probable cause to believe someone is in the U.S. illegally, and are they also a flight risk? ABC 7 chief legal analyst Gil Sofer says the government is likely to appeal the ruling. Immigrant advocates intensely emotional over the result.
To Black and brown people and immigrants, it does not always seem to be that this earth wants us, but we want us, and that can be enough.
Now, the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement to the I-Team, quote, DHS complies with all lawful court orders and is addressing this matter with the court. NIJC says it will seek the release of hundreds of people they claim were unlawfully arrested.
I know that's right, yeah!
What's to come out of that?
Y'all, let's go, Chicago. I love y'all.
ICE can now be arrested as of yesterday, October 15. That's not a rumor, it's a court order. For the first time, Chicago's judges are saying if federal agents try to detain someone inside a courthouse, they could be the ones in handcuffs. The order came from Chief Judge Timothy Evans of Cook County. It bans ICE from making civil arrests of anyone connected to a court case, such as a survivor, a witness, and even someone showing up to resolve a traffic ticket. It covers not just the courtroom, but the steps, the sidewalks, the parking lots, basically the entire lot the courts are at. The decision follows an escalation of ICE violently detaining people in courthouses and silence from the administration. This is meant to help people that are avoiding courtrooms, dropping cases, or missing hearings because they worry ICE might be waiting for them. But now, if ICE agents violate these terms, they could be held in contempt, and under Illinois law, contempt allows a judge to issue a bench warrant, meaning sheriff's deputies or courthouse police could legally detain or arrest the violating officer. Still, there are limits. This only applies to state courthouses, not federal ones, and not immigration courts, despite calls for these practices to be implemented there as well, since these practices violate due process and punishes immigrants who are doing things the legal way. So far, no ICE agent has tested the order in Cook County, but the warning is there. If ICE shows up at the wrong courthouse, in the wrong county, and without a warrant, they might find the tables have turned.
Okay, excuse where I look. Pinky and I have been having a wrestling match. And, yeah, takedown. I'm up one. I'm up one. Go play. Go play. I'm up one, no matter what. But, is anybody else just so happy that ICE raids are not going to affect the black community? You know, black people are not going to get caught up in ICE raids. Isn't that what I hear so many of y'all say? That, you know, it doesn't concern us? It doesn't, huh? All right. Well, here you go.
Here! You fucking Nazi! Get the fuck out of here! He's American. He's a citizen! He's a citizen! Because you saw him, you learned. He's a citizen! He's a citizen! That's my brother-in-law! Get the fuck away from me! You don't know what's going on, so get the fuck back! Back up! Back the fuck up! Back up! That's my brother-in-law.
That is 19-year-old Warren King. And this was in Chicago. And Warren King is a 19-year-old immigrant from the south side of Chicago. You can't make this up.
Of someone.
When he calls for backup, other people come in, and that's when I start to leave.
But Warren King says he didn't get far from the exit before being tackled to the ground by a federal agent and placed under arrest. The 19-year-old is now left with scars, both physical and mental.
I'm telling them I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm here. I'm legal. I'm born here. So they didn't try to hear none of that though.
Somehow, 19-year-old Chicago native Warren King fit the description for Border Patrol. Let that sink in, especially you all who are sitting out because this doesn't adversely affect us. Yeah, you delusional weak ass bitches. How do you sit out in the face of this country's history when any adverse action against any minority group in this country's history has always disproportionately affected, wait for it, black people? Understand this and understand it well. In the fight for liberation, there are only two sides. Those who side with the oppressor by their actions or inactions, and those who side with the liberators by their actions. Y'all have the day you deserve.
It all began with viral videos and posts claiming ICE was detaining Black Americans in Chicago. People said they saw agents breaking into apartments, dragging them out, even zip-tying kids. Now, here is what we know for sure. ICE is running a large operation in Chicago called Operation Midway Blitz. We all know this operation, okay? So they have arrested over 500 people, mostly for immigration issues and some criminal records. But here is the twist. Some of the people detained say they are USA citizens. That's where the outrage started. So here is what has been confirmed. ICE has been conducting real raids in South Core and other parts of Chicago. They have used helicopters flashbangs, and forceful entry into apartments. At least one black man said he was detained even after showing his ID proving he was a citizen. And several witnesses say ICE agents weren't checking IDs carefully, that they were just grabbing people. This is all people are saying. That's real and reported by multiple sources. So yes, innocent people, including black citizens, have been caught in chaos. This is so sad. Now, here is what has not been confirmed, the part that blew up online. Yeah, that ICE is targeting black people because of their race. There is no hard evidence of that yet. That kids were taken from their homes naked or separated by race. Those are claims from witnesses, but no verified video or photo proof. And some clips going viral weren't even from Chicago. They were other or from totally different incidents. Yeah. So while something real is happening, social media added fuel to the fire with a mix of truth, fear, and exaggeration. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Why this story hit so hard in the black community. Because even if some of the claims aren't fully proven, they sound believable. They sound believable because history has trained us to expect this kind of injustice. Black Americans have seen time after time that when raids or arrests happen, they are the first ones treated like suspects, even when they belong there. Yeah, this is the truth. So this story isn't just about ICE, it's about trust, it's about fear, and it's about a system that still doesn't see us as safe in our own neighborhood. And here is the truth. ICE is doing real raids. People are scared. Some citizens were caught in it, but they have to separate the facts from the fear so they don't spread what's false and so they can fight what's real. Yeah, Chicago deserves the truth. Yes, Chicago deserves the truth. Black Americans deserve safety, and America deserves accountability. Yes, America deserves accountability. So before you share another viral post, pause, ask questions, and demand receipts. Yeah, that's all I had to say about this. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think ICE went too far? Or is the media making it look worse? Let's talk about it because truth matters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we talk about what others stay silent on. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.